Good morning, everybody. Do yesterday. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, bad shot. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, greetings. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Mary June Tracy here, the Guru Mama. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody, to today. Hope everybody had a fabulous sleep last night and a fabulous day and everything. So I'm the Guru Mama. I'm a psychic medium, metaphysical teacher, and we have been doing for the past little while talking about assertiveness for Earth Angels. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's funny because I thought my hair looked like crap today. I went in there and I just went like, I just added some mousse and stuff. That's about all I did with my hair today. But thanks, I needed that. So talking about the way it's cute, love the mess. Perfect. Oh, you're registered. Oh, great morning. Thank you. Good morning, Sean. Thank you. So we've been talking about assertiveness and assertive angels, earth angels and stuff. Good morning, Mike. Welcome. And it's been kind of a crazy journey, at least for me. Last night I was exhausted, just with everything. My son came in from Vegas last night, and he had coming from Vegas to Calgary. They were delayed 5 times. It was crazy. Where they left at 7 a.m. yesterday. Money Karma helped yesterday. Oh, awesome! That's fabulous. Yes. And he was delayed 5 times from Vegas to here, and he got home. The plane landed around 9:30 last night from Denver. So it was kind of crazy. Just waiting for him, where we thought that I'd pick him up early yesterday morning, and we picked him up late last night, and all the delays and stuff like that. So it was quite an experience for him. It was his first time out of the country, and it was his first time actually doing like a long flight like that. So I think it was an awesome lessons that he learned for himself, and how to be patient. He said being patient, having patience was just a huge thing for him coming back up to Canada here. I was just so thankful that nobody got arrested. Just saying. My son's 23 and they went down there for a bachelor party. So, good morning. So hello. So that's the, just wait here. Did I get you? There, I'll get you now. So that was kind of, a crazy thing for him. So I'm just glad he's home, safe and sound. Right now he's passed out, can't move him off the couch. So, so that's okay. But we're going to be talking, how can I let go of drama that sometimes I have in my relationship? That's what we're talking about today. Awesome. That's what we're going to be talking about. Is that about drama and stuff. One of the stones that I picked up today that just kept another, because I pick up stones and then they stay with me for the whole day. This one here, it's called the Goddess Stone. And it just looks like it's cut out of rock like this. This is how it grows. So I'm from Denver and Calgary's beautiful. Oh, right on. Yeah, he didn't get to see, he only got to see the airports. The delay started they went from Vegas and they had to go to San Francisco and a few other stops along the way, and finally in Denver. It's just, yeah. And good morning. I told him next time, see if you guys can get direct flights, straight out. But he said this was cheaper or something, so that's fine. As long as he's home safe, that's what counts, right? So this Goddess Stone. So I have the Goddess Stone going right now, and I have in my aroma vase, diffusing. I have right now 5 minutes apiece. And with that, it has, some lavender and in there. So it's bringing a really nice, calmness in and around me. So one of the things for bringing in more peace, obviously, is meditation, having your meditations every day. And we have all been created. Goddess stone looks like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's really, you can get them tiny ones and stuff. I've had this one for a while. It picks up the oils from your hands after a while if you're holding it a lot. But the energy of it is very, yeah, it's very calming. It's very calming. And it's just like you just want to hold it all the time. I use this a lot sometimes if people have had a lot of drama in their life, and I put it on their heart chakra. And we use it. And it's called the Goddess Stone. So, if you're in Calgary, I got this at Earth Gems. So, that's where I got that one from. And also, just an FYI for anybody who lives in Calgary area, or the other stone that I was showing you yesterday. We're getting off topic. Yeah, it does look like a cloud. Was the Gaia stone. Price them out. This one here cost me like $9. And I was at another store, and the exact same size was $25. So shop around. You know, it's one of those stones that people price up all different prices, right? So shop around when you're buying your crystals. You know, chaos, yeah. And we're all goddesses, definitely. Just bought a Buddha, and oh, nice. And it's, yeah, bringing in that different types of energy into your place. Perfect. And we've been created as peaceful creators. We have. You don't need to look outside yourself for peace. The peace is actually within us. These are just agencies. I'm going to call them agencies, but that's the wrong word. But that's the word that keeps coming in my head. For bringing the peace out from within us. That's what these are. You already have this inside and of you this very moment, right? Yeah, facilitators. Thank you. That is the word. That is the perfect word. Yes, facilitators. Even if you don't feel like you're peaceful, you are a spiritual truth. In your spiritual truth, you are. In fact, it's impossible not to be peaceful in the universe when you are connected with your divine. So when we are doing our meditations, we're getting into that connection. We're getting into that oneness with them, you know? And because the divine, remember yesterday we were talking about the clouds, and we're all these aspects of it. If appearances seem to be otherwise, you feel like you're less than peaceful, this means the ego is just taking rampant. And the ego is ruling the roost. Chaos to the ego is like candy. It just wants more, 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 more. And the ego tries to tell you that the peace is the same as being passive. Or it says that if you're peaceful, you lose your ambition and hard-working ways. You'll get behind in the competitive world. So when we're looking at peace, we always say, well, then you're not doing anything. You're just sitting by being passive. But being peaceful doesn't mean that you're just sitting there. It means that you are looking at the world in a different way. You know, nothing could be further from the truth. Being at peace doesn't mean that you're a slacker. It simply means that you're aware. You're aware of what's going on. You're aware of the divinity in your oneness with all that is. And you're aware of your honest emotions. Most of my fights with my boyfriend is because of our egos. Yeah. And realizing it. And the other thing is that when you come with the arguments, step back, because the other person's coming from their point of view, right? And if they're coming from their point of view, then to them they're right, just like you believe you're right. And in that moment and in that time, they honestly believe what they are saying to be true. Okay? You're aware of your honest emotions and opinions, and you're aware of your physical form and body and all of its feelings as well when you're at peace. So yesterday we did that breathing exercise, and that breathing exercise is so important just to be doing every single day, or even taking those timeouts during the day to breathe, right? And allowing the breaths to come in, because that is bringing the centeredness and the peace to you. In a business setting, peaceful people always get ahead. Yes, it does. It gives you clarity, productiveness, definitely. And peaceful people. That's going to be like one of those little tongue ties. Are always this. Peaceful people are always assertive, right? Because you have to speak your truth and be honest in order to retain your peace. If you are not speaking your truth, if you are not standing in there, then you're going to be finding that you're off kilter, that you can't speak your truth. I was listening to on the radio the other day. Oh, really? Yeah. And it's so simple. You could do it right now, right? Just as you're listening to me, just by doing, and then just letting it out. Right? You could just do that. And it brings forth that peace and that calmness. And people at work are always more open and receptive to people that are peaceful, right? Yes, through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe in, breathe the bullshit out. Definitely. Yes. I like that one. And most people love to hang out with peaceful people. They like to be around people who are peace. You know, it's like we see everything that we have on the news, and when you are wanting to be true and at peace with yourself, you got to watch what you're watching. So if you're watching all the crazy news, or you're always on CNN and watching all the drama that's going on, or you're on TLC and you're wanting to see all the craziness, thank you, out there, then that's going to add more drama into your life. Same with magazines. So if you're picking up like People's Magazine or The Inquirer and stuff like that, that's going to add, because you're reading other people's drama. Oh, you start watching a lot. Yeah. That drama is going to bring more drama into your life. And I always say, I don't need any more drama in your life. You know, oh, really? So you want to really filter what you're watching. And yeah, it does. It'll pull you down. It'll pull you into the depression. I had, who is it? I think it's Silver. No, my mind's going to Silver Raven Wolf, but I don't think that's who it is. But she is a protester, right? And she's a lobbyist, and she's lobbying for a House of Peace. She's been lobbying for a House of Peace for years now, right? And a lobbying, instead of having a House of War or the Pentagon, she's lobbying to have, you know, that of peace. And reading now, yeah, definitely reading, watching different things. I mean, even picking and choosing what Periscope you want to watch, definitely. And I'm really honored that you chose mine today. Is bringing in that peace. It's sometimes, you know, there's so much stuff going on. Oh, I know who you mean. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. I hate reading unless it's interesting. It's when we're going to be bringing that peace. So that's why I'm doing the assertiveness by Doreen Virtue. It's bringing that. Starhawk is her name, actually. There, sorry, Starhawk is the lobbyist. The Course in Miracles, yes, and I've done the Course in Miracles. I studied the Course in Miracles, and I do it every day. You know, doing it and reading it and following following the passages, right? So, thanks. Thank you. So, a lot of times you see out there, you hear that you have to work hard, that you have to push the other person aside, you have to have harsh management, you have to have your nose to the grind to make things happen. And that is false. That's a false identity. Because the Book of Secrets, awesome book too, and reading the whole series of the Book of Secret is a really good one. She really is. I'm so happy I found her. Oh, thank you. In a personal setting, being genuine and being honest with who you are and with the people that you have around you. Yesterday, I was watching or listening to a radio program just on satellite radio as I was driving in. I was just trying to find something. And there's a young mom. She's called What About Mom? And she has 5 kids. Like her life is a little bit chaotic. Her youngest one is just under 1. But she found that she was couldn't find the peace. She loved her children, she loved her husband, and it was just finding her time. And in order to find her time, she also had to find her voice. What she started to realize, and which was so beautiful because she's a young mom, is that she needed to find her own time for her. And she said the way that she had to do it is that she had to speak out. She had to talk to her husband. And she said to him, and he works 15 hours a day, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she said, and a mommy blogger, and she said, what time do you need to leave to get to work? And he gave her the time, and she goes, okay, I need to do my workout before you go to work. I need to do this before you go. And hello, how are you? And they started to communicate. They started to do that. You're in control of your world, and it's mentally and your thoughts, definitely. And so that with that communications, because the other thing is that if she didn't communicate, she would have been feeling resentful. She would, I'm the Canadian Oprah. Oh, I wish. Thank you. It's allowing yourself that communication, allowing yourself to talk, and in a peaceful manner. And she said even, when they're home on the weekend and stuff, and a lot of chaos, he will say to her, I'm going to go do my workout and then clean the kitchen or something like that. And it's like, okay, go do your workout. I know you're going to clean the kitchen. I'm going to do this over here. Yeah, exactly. And I'll invite you guys all on. That'd be awesome. We'll have a forum. That'd be great. So when we are communicating about how we are feeling and what's going on and being honest with it, it's not that you're like throwing up on somebody about all the drama in your life, right? Sometimes when we stand and say our truth, I had a client threaten lawsuits and extortions. Oh, really? I just feel like that person was so in fear, and doing that. And plus, when something like that happens to you, that puts you to a point of fear of what, like, oh, I don't want to help anybody anymore. I don't want to do that anymore for anybody because people keep, throwing crap at me. But I'm also getting for you more, that's a barrier to overstep, right? It's hard to stand in your power. It does require courage. Huge. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing. Hugely. Just a little thing. When I first started doing readings, and I was doing readings at a fair in my hometown, in Naramata, and Naramata is a really cool little town outside of Penticton, and I had my little tent and I was doing readings, and somebody who knew me from the Catholic Church and stuff and knew that came up and started calling me a Satanist and said, you're a Satanist and you're driving all your children to hell. And she kept on going around my tent, saying, I'm praying for you. You're such a Satanist. You're such a Satanist. I'm praying that Satan leaves. I mean, just totally whacked out. And all I did, like my husband saw this and he was like, and of course my husband is, he's a big black guy and he doesn't take kindly to things like that. And and he was going to be very aggressive with her. And I was just like, I said, no. Now all I did is I started my own prayers. And I was just asking for peace. And I was asking for protection. I was asking for the angels to come to me. And she slowly went away. She just went away. And other people came up to her and started talking to her. And other people, it wasn't just me, it was other people I just saw come and just, calmly talk to her and move her aside. I've had that, and I think other readers have had similar situations where people will come up and say that. Yeah, but we don't want to kick her ass. We want to do this peacefully. And sometimes that's what happens, is that, in the peace, even with like people like Gandhi or somebody like that, when they're doing their peacefulness, people get so frightened by that peace. Even at peaceful sit-ins, people get so frightened by that peace, because it stirs up feelings that they have to address within themselves. And that's what it does. And that's what, when you are walking in your, such peacefulness, have you seen Dr. Bradshaw on dysfunctional childhood? No, I haven't, but I'll look that up. I'll look that up, definitely. It brings in more of the peace into your life. And people, when you are vibrating to a higher vibration and you're bringing more of that fear, and then now within the Catholic Church too, they're really changing how they're teaching a lot of things. But that's another subject for another day. It's like fear and anger are two of the ego's biggest tricks, right? And which it uses to pull us off the path of our divine life purpose. And that's what happens, is that these people come in and they want to pull us off. They come in and then they pull us down. They're wanting to pull us down to that fear and to pull us off of our purpose and passion. Okay? And we were always scared of the devil and things like that. Yeah, because that's old Catholicism, really putting the fear of God in you. So when the ego whispers in your ear that it would be very dull to be peaceful life, or don't fall for this, right? The ego tries to persuade you, or they have others come in to try and persuade you. And while you can learn important life and spiritual lessons by experiencing painful occurrences, it's not the route of enlightenment. You grow more in peace, right? So if you have a garden and if there's a lot of weeds around, your garden's not going to grow, the flowers aren't going to bloom. But when you take away all of that, what do they deceive us and set us up to destroy us? Oh, why? It's just sometimes, opposites attract, right? So if you're on a peacefulness, the opposite can come in and attract. And it's for us to understand. And that's why when you're in that peacefulness, you see it and it's like, no, I'm going to, I'm not going to fall into that spew of, yes, I am this, and this is what they say you are. I'm going to show them, no, this is who I truly am. I am truly peaceful. I am truly loving. And I am going to take the higher road here. There are, a religion, it is big business. Even within spirituality, a lot of times with different things, there's a lot of money in a lot of things, right? But staying in that peace and staying in that love, as sometimes it feels very difficult, but it brings in more of what you want. All right, and I can't remember your name, but you read The Secret. So when you read The Secret, it says, what you put out is what you bring in, right? Abraham Hicks says the same. What you put out is what you bring in. As you stay in peace, you'll find more of what you want start to come in. And it starts to come into your alignment. And even within my own life, for me to have more of the peace was one of the things is, the opposites attract. And that's my eldest son for me. And he's sort of one of those facilitators or stimulants that can trigger things, right? But removing him and having him go on his own has brought, so much more peace in my life and peace in his life, right? Where he's able to get off, and we were able to get off of that sort of drama roller coaster that goes on when they're around. And you'll need to begin to taking an inventory either by journaling or spending time alone with yourself in deep thought as you process in your mind how much energy you expend every day on various activities. You'll be able to see how you're investing or not investing in your true priorities. So start taking a look at, what is it that I want to do? And am I investing in this? Am I putting it forth? Or am I just thinking about it and just procrastinating and not doing anything? And forgiveness is the greatest gift, and it's one of the hardest things as humans that we have to do with. And I talk about one of the big things in the Journey Club is I talk about, I call it the big F, and it's not fuck you, it's forgiveness. And forgiveness is one of the things of not going back into the vibration. That's what forgiveness is. It's letting go of that negative vibration. Hello, welcome. And you may also want to keep a drama diary, okay? It's true. Sometimes forgive ourselves is harder than forgiving others. It is so hard. And we blame ourselves for a lot of things. And those of you who are parents out there, it's that guilt sometimes as parents that you have carried when you have to do something that seems to not be in accord of what is taught as a parent, especially if you're dealing with children who have different substance abuses and things like that. But keeping a drama diary in which you record the drama that's swirling around you. Don't keep this diary near your bed, where its energy may disrupt your sleep, but put it in a drawer when you're not using it, so that you remain detached from it. But a tool to help you, and it's not to outline your future or anything, but it's to notice the patterns of the drama. So if you are wanting to look at what drama's in your life, start writing down the craziness that is in around you. This is for you to take a look at and saying, oh, okay, I see there's a pattern going on here. This is actually an excellent way to help you to stop sabotaging what it is that you want to pursue, because you want to know what those triggers are and notice the patterns in your drama-filled relationships, right? And how much do you get back from this relationship versus how much do you give? So if you have a lot of drama in a relationship, and there's a lot of arguing and things like that, start looking at this. Yeah, it is. And I've done this before where we looked at a lot of different drama that goes on in our life. And in doing that recently, of course, Dom's name kept coming up on the different drama that was going on. And also look at how many hours do you spend and what do I write in it. So you write in it. So you look at your things that are going on. So you say that you're arguing with your boyfriend all the time. So if you're arguing with your boyfriend all the time, what are you guys arguing about? What is the course of the argument? Is there a lack of trust within the relationship? Is there a fear that you don't trust or have that trust? Is it respect? Is it what is it that these arguments are stemmed from? And what are the feelings from these that are stemmed from? Is somebody always going through the transition of getting a new job, And that causes a lot of chaos and a lot of disruption. What is there that's happening, right? Why are they always losing their job? What is always going on in there? A journal, I journal daily unless I'm too busy. Yeah. Past resentments come up in arguments with your spouse. Oh, good one. And why, okay, so if you have, let's go into this. So if you have a lot of resentments that are going on and they keep coming up, what are you holding on to, right? The lack of respect. And so, and you're looking at, so why is there a lack of respect? Why is there that resentment? So this is when you have to go in, and this is a journal for you, not for the other person. This is for you to look in. Why do I resent that person? What is it that I keep holding on to that person? That I keep bringing that information up? Why haven't I let it go? Because it's in the past. Is there a fear that they're going to repeat it? And if there's a lack of respect, no, I don't speak Russian. If there's a lack of respect, then there's a lack of trust. And where does that trust stem from? Okay? And in this journal can go very deep, right? When you start writing these things down It can trigger information that goes back to maybe when you were younger, or goes back to another relationship, and you've been with this one person for like 10 years, 20 years, or whatever, but you're still holding on to a past relationship that you had when you're 16. So then we have to go back and we have to look at it and then say, hey, I got to let it go. I got to forgive that person and forgive myself so I can go forth. And it doesn't happen overnight. Journaling is a way of yeah, exactly. And the thing is that this isn't an overnight cure or fix. As we are doing this, we are starting to change our vibration. So you do it for either 5 seconds or 5 minutes each day. When you do it for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, you're going to find, and if you do it longer, awesome, okay? But it starts to change that energy within you. It starts to, your body knows you just did something, right? And look at how many hours you spend on emails or texts or phone or in-person conversations with those who have endless complaints. So for me, I really, I time where I'm on Facebook, or I time when I'm not on it as often as what I used to be. I'll post and do or have things up posted. So I'm not getting into the drama. And I hear so many people say, did you read this and did you read that feed and all of these negative feeds? And I'll say I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. When the refugees were coming into Canada, people were saying there's so much negativity on the feeds on Facebook. And I was like, I hardly even saw them. Because that's not what I was wanting to bring in, right? So I'm not going to see what I'm not wanting to, I'm not going towards that. So to uncover your peace may require you take time and take some drastic actions. For example, do you feel that there are 1 or 2 people you're involved with who have a lot of, they're instigators of drama? Again, review how much of this relationship do you want to have in here? Even within a practice, it's like when certain people call, if I don't say you can come in right away, I look at it, or I may not answer them right away, and in allowing them to figure it out, I hear from them in a week, and I hear that, oh, okay, everything is fine. I figured it out. I feel that I shouldn't be with my boyfriend anymore. Looking at it, honoring yourself is very important. And if you're finding that there's constant draining energy drains within your relationship, you got to start looking at it and start honoring yourself with that. And being at peace. So they just told me to read this to you about being at peace with yourself. The rest of you may not be peaceful, but you can be at peace with yourself. You may need to adjust your diet, lifestyle to bring more peace, and this usually entails detoxifying for more mood-altering chemicals, behavior, watching the intake of any, alcohol or anything along that line, caffeine, sugar, chocolate. For some people, a gradual detox. Don't go cold turkey. If you're wanting to become vegetarian, you've eaten meat all your life, don't go cold turkey and take the meat out. You will get yourself extremely sick. You may want to work with a health professional or a naturopath to help you to work with detoxing. Another form of detox that may help you experience more peace is detoxing from negativity and drama in your life and watching the media. And stop watching different media feeds. Decide to stay away from negative news, people, etc. The one thing is that you'll find too is with food, if you are detoxing your food, you'll find that if the other person isn't in on it, spending time in nature, detoxifying from electronics, shungite is a very good stone to bring in. Shungite is good to have around your computers and your cell phone and things like that. It is from Russia in around areas of Russia, and it's a charcoal. It's like a charcoal, and it's called shungite. So looking at different things to bring in and around you will help to diffuse a lot of stuff. having more peaceful things, even setting up different crystal grids, detoxifying food from people. Yeah, drama can't, Shungite. Can't find. You can go on Etsy. There is a lovely site on Etsy, and Shungite is, yes, keeping Shungite by your bed really helps to diffuse any negativity and stuff like that, definitely. But if you are finding that you are doing the changes in your life, right? So, for instance, you're starting a new detoxifying by exercising and changing your diet, and you're finding that your partner doesn't want to do it. You're going to find that after a while, there's going to be a lot of, the other person's going to try and self-sabotage you. There's going to be a lot of things that'll happen. And that could be a trigger within your own relationship of saying, okay, we need to talk about this, or it's not the relationship for me. Because I'm wanting to have a healthier lifestyle. I'm wanting to exercise. I'm wanting to get out more and more in my daily life. And if the other person isn't receptive, or there's other people in your life that don't want it, you'll find they'll slowly go to the other side. Like not the other side, but they'll fade away. So there's, you'll find so many people out there that really will try and pull it down. On that note, I also heard on the news today, and I just, I am a pro-lifer. Okay, I'll just say that out. Because in my counseling that I do counsel women who, whether they're going to keep their baby or not keep their baby, and we go through everything with understanding of what it is with the fetus. But lately, down in the States with different abortion clinics in the United States, there is a rise. The Satanist church in the States has gone out, and they're not protesting abortion clinics. They're encouraging more and more young girls to get abortion because they're saying it is for their Lord Lucifer. And it was on some different, a Satanist church. Yeah, there's, what the hell? I know. But I just want, in your prayers and stuff like that, just to, for those people who do go and who decide that they're doing it in full consciousness, that they're doing it willingly. And this is just adding more guilt to somebody who has to go through a huge transition or do something that, for them, this is for them that they have to do it, right? They're making that choice. And now they're getting these triggers of saying that, oh, I'm doing this and I'm going to be doing it for the devil. Could cause a lot more trauma for a young woman than is necessary. And it's one of those things, and I couldn't believe the news feed that I saw. It was on, I think, Washington Post had it, and a couple other, and the thing is, I don't watch the news. So how this popped up, it was one of those things that I knew I had to be aware of. So, and being aware of means that I just having to be conscious and allowing more peace in the world so that people can make peaceful decisions for themselves, right? And I just had to spread that news because it was something that needed to be, for people to be conscious of, and just to send all of them lots of love and light for the decisions that they're making in their life. I bought a set of cards. Oh, I've had past abortions when I was younger. Oh, I've had past abortions when I was younger, unfortunately. And the thing is that many people, on that note, we've made decisions, right? And in doing readings, I always have felt when women have come in and they've had that, and what I have seen in my own personal practice is that child went back. That child went back into the light because they knew that mommy wasn't ready for them. That mommy couldn't be with them at this time. But they also knew that mommy still loved them. Right? And that's the energy and that's the feeling. And even when I did, when I lived here in Calgary when I was younger, and I worked with, of course, the abortion clinics and stuff like that and counseling young women, that is what I kept seeing. I kept seeing these little babies around them, and I kept telling them, I said, the biggest thing is to know that you made the right choice for you at that time. And that you are still whole and holy. And that's all part of bringing peace in and around people, right? When you're doing that and you're bringing in the peace, you are knowing that you are whole and holy. You know that you are bringing that that to their inner core. And that's so, so important. That sometimes decisions that are made are the decisions that are made. But that's where the forgiveness comes in, right? To forgive yourself, forgive those of others, so that you can move on and not stay in that negative energy. Yesterday, and I think I bought this, they're called the Butterfly Oracle cards. And they're beautiful, beautiful cards. And I have to do a reading with them for you today. She calls them for life changes. So beautiful. They're Butterfly Oracle cards. They're brand new out by Doreen Virtue. And they are simply fabulous cards. Oh, that's interesting. So, some of these are, oh, interesting. Okay, some of them are already kind of worn, which is weird. So our first card, emotions. So watching our emotions, I mean, we're talking about bringing peace into our life. Emotions are obviously our energy in motion. Watching how these emotions are around us. How are they taking over our lives? They were ready to come out. That's why they are warm. Oh, and it's really looking at or feeling the energies of what's going on around you. Okay, so if you're wanting to stay in that peacefulness, honor the emotions that are around you. Honor your feelings that are going on around you. And self-care is so important, very important. You know, if you are wanting to start a workout routine, you are wanting to start to change your diet, whatever it is, and you're not speaking out about it. You're not telling your family, hey, from 7 till 9 this evening, I won't be here. Or I'm going to be gone at 5 a.m. because I'm going to the gym. You know, if you're not saying that, or if you're not speaking it, or not doing the self-care that you want, if you want to get your hair dyed, go try, make an appointment. If you can't afford it, put it out there that you want to make a trade with somebody, right? So honoring yourself, doing those self-care things for your own self is going to help you to be feeling more at peace and not feeling resentful against somebody else. And healing from the past. So what beautiful cards these are for today. You know, we have the emotions, self-care, and then healing from the past. You know, let go of the past. The past is the past. You've moved on. You've grown. Allow yourself to move on and grow. Allow yourself. Don't hold on to those past things that are done. You've already gone through them. Why are you rehashing them? It's not doing anybody any good. And new exercise program. If you want to get rid of a lot of emotions that are going, there's issues in the tissues. So look at a new exercise program and try and get out there and start walking every day. And start going every day. So just started a new program. Nice. Oh, thank you, Sean. Yeah, so getting out there, doing something that you want to do for yourself. And get yourself into some new programs for you. And that's all part of the self-care. That's all part of the releasement. That's all part of you getting into that alignment of peace. Taking it up a level. Oh, really? That's awesome, Sarah. That's great. That's great. I know. I was just talking to my husband and I was saying I need to start my exercise routine again. I haven't done it in a long time. Humira, hoping give me some energy. Oh, yes. That would be cool. Sore, well, if you took it up a level, yeah, you'll be a little bit sore today. Definitely. So, see you all tomorrow. Have my Intuitive Wednesday group tonight. So, you're going to Zumba Gold today. Nice. Oh, that sounds exciting. See you tonight, Kendra. See you tonight, Leah. Excuse me. And all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Get outside. Allow yourself to get a journal and start writing about the different patterns that are going on in your life that you want to see if you can start making some changes. All right? Have a wonderful day. Namaste.